All right, what is up, HuntLeague community? This is Jared Newman, founder of the HuntLeague mobile app. Today, we are doing a special podcast with Brandon Anderson from Oregon. Some of you guys inside the HuntLeague app know him as Brandon338. Tell me about how you got involved and what got you hooked in long-range shooting.
So just growing up here in Western Oregon, me and my dad, diehard elk hunters, always got into elk, and we usually always killed elk, but there was always those huge bulls that, were 1,500 yards, 1,200 yards away, and we just didn't have the equipment to kill them.
What are you extending your range out to, and what size of target are you shooting at those extended ranges?
So we ran stuff out to 3,000 yards. At 3,000 yards, it's going to be 30 inches or 34 inches, somewhere in there. So if we're 2,000 yards, we're trying to hit a steel plate that's 24 by 24 inches. Like my 338 Snipe Deck has more energy at 1,000 yards than your 30-06 does at the muzzle. That right there is kind of the proof in the pudding that what we're doing is not unethical, has better killing capacity at 1,000 yards than the 30-06 does at 10 yards. You know what I mean? Correct.
Go, okay, tell me about this one. 311-yard shot. That's your buddy. Tell me about this one. I mean, that was your Oregon one from this year. And this is the stuff, Brandon, where when people just look at these photos that we're about to scroll through, they're like, how is this guy not a finalist in the Outdoors of the Year? You know, this is a shot at 786 yards. And at this time, you said that was the furthest that she had taken an animal. And that's October 22nd. So then fast forward 1 month to the 26th, and she stretches it out to 1,998. This list goes on. Here's your brother-in-law.
This is my first California adventure. Most people, like when you say a California blacktail, people are like, what? You can hunt in California?
I mean, this is a stud, a big 5x4, 457 yards, which is, I mean, that's probably something that you can shoot behind your back.
I actually shot it offhand, so.
Did you really?
Yeah.
And how many shots did it take you offhand?
Just one. It was actually bedded down. One, and I had a very small window. He was laying in some brush, and all I could see on the ridge was his head and his horns.
So 457 yards offhand, one shot, double lungs. Is that what I'm understanding?
Yeah, I actually killed one here in Oregon that's not, it doesn't score as good as that one, but it's pretty close. It doesn't have an inline like that, but it has a fork on the back that's for.
What are you saying?
I shot a really, really nice buck at about 650 yards across the canyon with a 270 Parker Hale back in the day.
Who is that?
Hey, it's a pretty cool podcast.
How'd you jump into the podcast?
Well, I'm pretty computer savvy. I just thought I'd come on and talk about some of my hunts.
Right on.
Well, we're in the closing. We're in the closing minutes of Brandon, so
yeah, sorry to interrupt, and I hope it wasn't too important what was going on.
No, you're good.
So I'm actually here for Brandon. I want to put a little cherry on top of his amazing deer season. So on behalf of Attleboro Knives and the HuntLeague community, we want to congratulate you on winning the first ever Deer of the Year title. So
right on. That's awesome.
Way to go, man. You did it. And I'm actually here to present you with an Attleboro knife. They're 154 cm knife with a G10 black and coyote handle that kind of makes it look like a wood grain. It's really pretty. Great hard steel. Holds an edge for a really long time. So
that'd be awesome. I appreciate that.
This is a setup, Brandon. Congratulations, dude. You are the first ever Deer of the Year winner. You had some good competition, even from Garrett's wife, from James, from James's dad, from other folks inside the app. And this Attleboro knife, this is me on an elk hunt. Sadly, we didn't get the meat off this bull because I had a bear that was already sitting on it. But we removed the head, no problem. Tell us a little bit about Attleboro Knives.
Attleboro's been around for a while. Veterans owned and operated company. It's completely all American made. When I say American made, I mean Idaho made. There's nothing outsourced outside of the U.S.
You're going to love this knife, Brandon. if you have as many fancy knives as you have guns, we're all in trouble.
I literally use the Outdoor Edge like replaceable blades because I've went through so many Gerbers and Kershaws and just never spent the money on a good expensive knife. Got a bunch of expensive guns, so might as well have an expensive knife to go with it.
You can go to Attleboro Knives. You can use the discount code HuntLeague15. That's good for the month of February. I'm telling Chris, hey, let me know if anybody uses the HuntLeague15 code, and I'm going to unlock the league pass for 3 years as like a bonus item for somebody supporting Attleboro Knives and what you guys are all about. Thanks for jumping in and joining.
Congratulations, Brandon. Way to go,
Thank you,
go, buddy.
Appreciate the knife. It'll get put to good use.
Okay, I got one last kind of throw-in surprise, and with the AccuFire Team Sniper match in Jacksboro, Texas, March 23rd and 24th. If you decide to come, your registration is covered, your lodging is covered, your food when you're there is covered. We've got you covered. So the 2023 Deer of the Year winner, Brandon Anderson, otherwise known as Brandon338.